Hi y'all, I'm Rebecca from Riverbend Nurseries. During this unprecedented time when so many of us are at home for the entire day or most of the day with our children a lot of times, we wanted to put together a little video of just some different ideas that you can do with your kids during this time that's going to get them outdoors into the backyard, learning things, and also exploring the world around them and giving you a break from being indoors all the time. There are many ideas that I've been doing with my kids the last few days that we've been home, but a few of those are you can get caterpillars. Now, we do not sell these at the garden center. This is not us, but you can go on Amazon or places like that, and there are companies that will sell you caterpillars in a jar, and you can watch them grow with your children watching, and it's a great science project. They can learn about the process of them turning into chrysalis and turning into butterflies. Then you can release the butterflies out into your backyard. So that is one project that me and my kids are doing right now, and you can see the little caterpillars are growing. Pretty soon they will be hanging from the top of this jar as little chrysalis. Along that same line, if you want to teach your kids about butterflies and different pollinators, we have many pollinators in this area. Some of the more popular ones, of course, are bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds are pollinators also. You can teach your kids about pollinators and how they do so much good for our environment, how they are vital for plants and vegetables to grow. It's almost vegetable planting season for warm weather vegetables. You can get a raised bed going with your kids. We can offer many suggestions. You can ask us at the bottom of this video for how to make a raised bed, and we can help you with that. You can grow tomatoes, zucchini, squash, peppers, watermelon, all sorts of things grow in the Middle Tennessee area. And like I said, it's almost time to start planting warm weather vegetables, and that would be a great project to do with your kids. You can also start a butterfly garden with your children now. Now would be an excellent time to start planting perennials that butterflies love. Some of the different perennials that will come back every year for you, that's what a perennial is, those would include Shasta daisy, coneflower, black-eyed Susan, yarrow, coreopsis. There are many, many more, but those are just some examples of some different types of full sun perennials that will come back for you every year that butterflies would love. You can also, when you're making a butterfly garden, if you decide to do this, make sure that you maybe put a few rocks down around your butterfly garden. And the reason for that is that butterflies need water just like all of us do, but they don't go to bird baths typically like birds do. It's too much water for them. So if you find some rocks that are about this big, or they can be larger, they can be a little smaller, and if they have some crevices in them, then once you water your plants or once the rain falls onto those rocks, the little crevices will fill with water and butterflies will come and drink from there. So just by adding rocks to your garden, you're helping create a habitat for butterflies to come and live there in your garden. Do you have any leftover pansies or violas from winter time? I've got these violas left in some of my container pots. Now would be a great time if you would like to go ahead and pluck off some of the flowers and dry them with your children. Then you can paste them onto pieces of construction paper and make bookmarks for grandparents or loved ones to give them when the virus is over. That would be a great project that you could do as a little craft project with your kids right now. You could also start a fairy garden with your children. You don't have to go out to a store to buy expensive or really nice fairy, little ornamental fairies or anything like that. The kids can use old toys that are in their house. They can pick out their old Paw Patrol toys or their old Barbie dolls or whatever, and they can put those in their fairy gardens. My kids each have one. They're just small boxes about like this that my husband created out of some extra pieces of wood. We filled them with some dirt, and my son's has a few rocks in it too because he likes to take bulldozers and kind of play with the rocks in the fairy garden. We don't really call his a fairy garden since he's a boy, but you get the idea. But now would be a great time for your kids to be enjoying the outdoors by using their imagination and coming up with different things that they would like to put into a fairy garden. And they can even find things in nature, different pieces of bark or wood or leaves or flowers, and add those to their fairy garden. You can also go on a scavenger hunt right now with your kids. Lots of things are starting to bloom. You can make a little list and each kid can go find something different, and then you can talk about, like this red bud that's right behind me here. You can say, this is a red bud tree. The little bloom that you found that's purple is from a red bud, and you can talk about that. You can have them search for little pine cones or for a piece of mulch or a small rock, an evergreen leaf, and talk about how this is an evergreen. You don't have to have a lot of plant knowledge to be able to do that. You just can explain, this is a plant that stays green all year long. It's called an evergreen. And this is a deciduous plant like the redbud. It loses its leaves during wintertime, so it is deciduous. Those are great things that you can be teaching your kids with, and it also gets you on maybe a little nature walk around your neighborhood or in your yard and gets you away from the house for a little while. Last but not least, this is just another example. You can dig in the dirt for earthworms. Earthworms are a vital part of a healthy garden. My kids like to look for earthworms. I know not every kid does, but maybe they would still like to learn a little bit about them, that they help to increase the soil's oxygen level. They are good for growing plants and vegetables in particular. And if you are growing any sort of vegetables this year, you can always, even if you find any earthworms in another part of your yard, you can transfer those to your raised beds. They would be a great addition to your gardening bed if you're growing any fruits or vegetables this year. There are many more ideas that you can do. You can paint birdhouses with your kids. If you don't have a lot of extra pieces of wood to make a birdhouse or anything like that, if you even have an extra scrap piece of wood, you can paint on that with your kids, and you can write a message that says something simple like, "Welcome to our butterfly garden," and hang it above the new butterfly garden that you're starting with your children. There are many ideas that you can do, and I'm sure that you guys have some great ideas that you could share with us on the comments below, so please feel free to do that. We are thinking of you guys. We love you all, and we hope that you're finding some great things to do during this really odd time. We are thankful for y'all, and please ask us any questions below, and we hope to see you again soon. Remember that the Garden Center is open right now. We are a part of the essential business order that Governor Bill Lee has put into place, and so you can visit the Garden Center. You can walk around and maintain social distancing while you're doing that, but we also offer curbside pickup, and all you have to do is give us a call at 615-468-2008, and we will be glad to have your order ready for you. Or we are offering reduced fees on our delivery right now for anywhere in Middle Tennessee. So you guys take care and stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.